Greetings all who roam this world, we are the Quest Bros and welcome to the Anime Lab, a new series where I break down the science of things in anime and see if they would work in the real world. But mostly I just break down. Before we begin, let's get into something a little more appropriate. Perfect. Ow. Alchemy hurts. In this episode, we'll be looking at one of the greatest shonen anime series of all time. Not that one. That's not even finished. I haven't even seen that. Okay, that's not even real. That's it, that's the one, Fullmetal Alchemist. I love Fullmetal Alchemist. It was one of the first manga series I ever read to completion. It remains one of my favorite series of all time. I mean, Arakawa built this in a cow field in 2001! Anyway, I love everything from the non-canon 2003 to Brotherhood, even the movies. Hiromu Arakawa finds a way to write complex and relatable characters that viewers can grow with. One of these characters is the Fullmetal Pipsqueak himself, Edward Elric, adorned in his Red Riding Hood cloak, signature braid, and his mechanical prosthetic arm and leg that he got from committing the ultimate sin in alchemy known as human transmutation. And therein lies the topic of today's episode. Would Automail work in our world at the same time as Fullmetal Alchemists? By the way, this episode is going to contain a lot of spoilers for Fullmetal Alchemist, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Conquerors of Shambhala. So if you haven't seen the series, then what the fuck are you doing? Why'd you click on this video? Like, the manga alone was released, as I said, back in 2001. Why haven't you seen or read this? Pause the video now, watch Fullmetal Alchemist 03 and Brotherhood, and then come right back. Okay? Did you do that? Good. Let's do this.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Fullmetal Alchemist. In order to understand where Fullmetal Alchemist lines up in our world, we need to look at Fullmetal Alchemist 03 and Conquerors of Shambhala. In FMA 03, Ed and Elle start their journey on October 3rd, 1911, after committing arson on their own house for the insurance money. Also to, hide their abomination of God and man that they once called Mommy. They then spend 3 years just kind of trolloping around Amestrius until Ed fucking dies and then gets sent to Munich, Germany in 1921. I am not kidding, that is how the series ends and why nobody likes it. The conclusion of this series picks up with the release of Fullmetal Alchemist the movie, Conquerors of Shambhala. This takes place 2 years after the events of FMA 03. I won't bore you with the details of this movie, just know it takes place in 1923 Germany, the Nazis are rising, they have a big ship. I guess. I mean, that's basically the plot of the movie. I don't know what else to tell you, man. So where does that leave us? Well, we know what year Ed enters our world, both in our time and in Amestrian time, which I'll say OT for our time and AT for Amestrian time, which are respectfully 1921 OT and 1914 AT. Ed gets his Automail in Amestrian year 1910, 4 years before the events of FMA 03. This gives us a time. It would mean that in 1917, our time, Ed gets his Automail. Now this gives us a range to work with for the peak of Automail engineering. Now let's compare prosthetics from FMA during this time to that of our, oh no. Oh, that's just, they just popped 2 crutches on that man's pelvis and called it a day. That's not that, Yeah, that's not good. Well, what about having Automail in the real world right now, right this minute, in the year of our Lord 20 whatever? Well, the problem with that is finding a metal that can connect to your nerves the same way they do in the series. They mention it in multiple sections, both in the manga and in both forms of the anime. This is known as neuromuscular skeletal prosthetics, and it's another reason why I hate medical jargon, because it is Latin and Greek and they're using it wrong. But anyway, this form of prosthesis has been around for a while. Breakthroughs allowing brain or nerve control with real-time feedback only started seeing viable human trials in the 2010s, while big headlines started popping up around 2020. And who is going to be a part of this human trial, these human trials anyway? I mean, you? Me? I certainly don't want to do it. I don't want to cut off my hand or my leg. I like my legs. I like them where they are. The next issue would be finding the right material that will connect metal to nerves without some form of corrosion occurring. And finding materials that are both biocompatible and capable of sending and receiving signals through nerves accurately without being rejected by the body is why it's taken so long. And trust me, no amount of chalk drawings or all-powerful soul rubies are going to save you from the greatest threat of all: tetanus. Not only that, the weight of these prosthetics would be immense. Remember, these are made of dense metal, some of which have weapons built into them. I mean, this one's a freaking chainsaw clamp. Do you know how much the average powerful chainsaw of that size would be? 20 pounds. Do you know how much a human arm weighs? I do. It's why I'm on a government watch list. It's 8 pounds. I don't care how many metals you have alloyed into this or how strong you are. That is some bullshit. That is like carrying a bag of water softener salt everywhere you go, and that's gonna get tiring, trust me. So let's go back to the beginning and answer the questions that we posed at the beginning of this episode. As I say beginning twice. Will it be possible for Automail to work in our world at around the same time? Absolutely not. Should we strive for full metal prosthesis? Yes, but not until we find a light and strong enough metal for that to work. We should continue down the avenue of neuromuscular skeletal prosthetics, don't get me wrong, but Fullmetal Alchemist prosthetics, maybe not. And just remember, don't try to bring your mom back from the dead with ancient science magic, because it's gonna cost you a lot, like an arm and a leg, and your brother's entire body. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also post what you want me to talk about in terms of either anime or science. God knows, God has cursed me for my hubris and my work is never finished. Be sure to follow all our social medias, go check out our Discord, support the Patreon, buy our shirts, put them on your torso or around your waist, I don't judge. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye!